African Youth Invention.
Good day. Welcome to African Youth Invention, the AYI Training Center. I'm Emery Lukombo. I'll be discussing about tutorial 1 of Microsoft Word. In this tutorial, we're going to design this professional CV by using shapes. Why do you need a professional CV? When you're applying for a job, you have to make sure that your CV represents your personality. So if your CV is not well structured and well designed, that can miss your opportunity to get interview. And as well, it must not have more page. In the past, CV used to have 3 pages, but on these days, CV must only have 1 page or 2 pages. The reason being that when a recruiter read your CV in 1 page, like currently watching this CV, I can read the most important part of the person who are applying for a job. Sometimes companies receive a lot of CVs. Most of recruiters select some CV, put aside, and maybe save it somewhere, and then later they will go one by one to read. So the first thing when they select the beauty of your CV, as they say, first impression last. When you structure your CV properly, then you got a chance to get interview. So it's very important for you to always submit a CV that does not have more page and that is attracting, so that you can get opportunity for interview, because the main purpose of a CV is to get for interview. I'll go to start and then look for Microsoft Word. I'm currently using Microsoft Word 2019. So open and go to a blank document. From the blank document, the first thing you need to do is to create a shape. So go to insert and insert a shape. Now draw the shape over your page. So I'm gonna make sure it's go over the page. Okay. If I click this slider, so if I go to format this shape, you can see I use 9 by 30. So you don't need to worry about the height, because at least, but the most important is this 9.66 centimeter. So in order to change this centimeter to inch, you need to go to file and then go to options and other options, and then you go to advanced, and so you go to advanced, then go down, show measurement in unit of, and change the centimeter. So mostly you will see some computer mostly is coming in inch, as most measurement you find in Microsoft Word, but in case it's not in centimeter, come change here. If I apply inch, I say okay. So the inch measurement will be 3.8 inch, but I'm gonna put back centimeter. So I'm gonna go back to options and advanced, and then I'll go to measurement. I'm gonna put to centimeter. Microsoft Word, switch to document 1. So you go to format. So if you want to keep this command to remain like this, there is a pin here, pin it so that it can remain there. So from here, I'm gonna click here. I got 8.6 now because I use 9, so I'm gonna maximize a little bit at 9.662. It's fine, you can put 9.5, doesn't matter, but at least mustn't be over 10 centimeters. So now I have the face. The second thing is change the color of this. So click and go to format tab. When you click any shape, this will appear. If you click away, it will disappear. So you need to click your shape, and then you're gonna see there is format shape. Come to the shape file and then choose the dark, and go back to format, and then change the outline to orange, and a little bit. So I use a 3 point and change the color to orange. Said I'm gonna use a round shape, and I will do it to this place here, and then I will choose the color that we're using, shape file, and fill it, shape fill, and fill it with that, which is gonna be the corner. Select it and go to Home tab and click copy and then paste. So you're gonna have another one. Just zoom in and come put in the corner, and then copy and paste. Now this one you change, bring it on, you bring on top and change the color. Go to file and change the color white, and then bring it to the corner, and then the same thing, go back to home, copy and paste. Okay, you can pack the way you want to pack it. So when you go to the shape, you use a triangular shape and just draw it. The shape have a background white, so I'm gonna fill the shape with a white color, and then I'll fit the outline orange, and then I'll make it the weight size 4.8. Then click the shape and then tap the name like the way we did AYI. But now the color of the weight, it's blue. Highlight the weight, go to home, and then change the color to dark blue so that you can see what am I tapping. Now AYI, the AYI stands for African Youth Invention. Highlight this. I use Time Roman. You can use any font you want. So the size 16, and all weight also put a bold. But now this one I will minimize the center a little bit, and then this I highlight this AY training and I put the color black. So if when you finish, if this weight are too close, just minimize the line spacing, mostly put the after as 0 so that they can become closer, and say okay, and then you can minimize. So all I did here, we just highlight all the weight as I did, black, and then make it italic, bold, italic, and also use Time New Roman. Then this I make it the underline, and then I make it a color blue. I'm gonna go to file and save as, and I give it the name CV class and save. Insert picture from desktop. I design the wrap it on top, crop it. I'm gonna move the other area like this. I'll minimize the size, minimize. So when I select the image, I'm gonna go back to crop again, but now I'm gonna crop it as a shape. So I use the hexagon, minimize it, and then choose the color, and then also go to picture border and change the border to the same size we use for the preview, and then move the image. I'm gonna go to insert, and I'm gonna insert the rectangular one, and so I'm gonna fill this shape with color orange, and the size make it 8 fun, and then I'm gonna come back to shape outline. I'll make the color white, and I'll make it a little bit bigger to 2. So that's done. I click the shape and tap contact. That one calculator. So I'm gonna go back to home and then change this to Time New Roman, and I'm gonna make this bigger size, and I'll make it a capital letter uppercase. We say 12, so put 12, and the color will change to dark blue, and that's the first thing. Set a specific shape. I use a flow chart, store data, I select it, and then draw it. So to make it easy, go to format, put 0.8 centimeter, fill it with a color orange, color orange, and then we go back, we fill the line white, and then we keep the same weight, which was 2, and move this shape and put on top. So we can minimize this because it's too high, but we keep the same height. Okay, and then make sure this line merge together. You're gonna go to home, copy and paste. So, and then do the other size. I think from now you can do the rest. I'm gonna, to shorten the video, I'm gonna do the whole 4 bottom so that you don't get confused. And if I do it step by step, video gonna be long, so I have to stop the video and then do the other part to make it shorter. So all I did, I just packed this thing. But now from here, what you do to insert the text box, so just go to insert and then go under shape and use a text box and draw it like this, and start tapping a number or two. You tap enter, you tap like the way I did now here. But now mostly what I did now, I use 1.5 gap, and the size I put everyone time New Roman, at least 11. No, 11 was too small. I think I put 12, and I use the line spacing. I put 0 and 1.5. That's what I use. Now we're gonna and then address up. Tap the address. Just go to format and then go to file, shape file, say no fill. Now highlight everything and then you go to put the color white. Okay, on style, draw a round shape, go to shape outline face and then make it a little bit fit, about 3, and then the color change to orange, and then go to fill shape, no fill. Now we have the file. Now you just do something, just select like this, go to copy and then paste, and then just drag down. That's number 2. That's all you need to do in order for you to have the other one. And copy paste, and you will have the author. Online, just tap any symbol like telephone symbol. And go to image and look for telephone symbol here. Like if you see my one have a black, I choose this one. So I'm gonna copy this image, copy, right click copy. I'm gonna go to my cursor for it, and from here I'm gonna paste it. Come here, edit, and paste the image. So I don't see it here. So what I'll do now here, and come here, what call section pan, and say show pan, because it's at the end. Hold it. And I'm gonna go to wrap. I'm gonna wrap it on top. So when you finish, now we repeat the same thing we did for preview. I can go to crop first to remove this text, and then we go to crop as a shape. We use the round, minimize the size, zoom. The more you zoom, the most, like in this case, I'm gonna put this one back here. But if you look at the designer gate, it's black, so you need to get a white color because they look different than the one. So when you zoom, you can view the mistake that you did. Like you can see here, there is a mistake here. You can fix it. So now that's how you can create. Now you repeat the same with the other on the bottom. To shorten the video, I'm gonna do that out of the video. As you can see here, I finish. So you may just go online, you look for the symbol for address, the symbol of email, and everything. Then we're done for that. The follow step is gonna be the scale. So I go to insert a text box. And then tap creativity. Highlight the creativity, and I went I use this Minister 77 block text, and then I pack it here. So I'm gonna go to format. I remove the outline, no fill, and then I put also no line, and the text, the color, I put I put color white, and then we say 9 out of 10. Then secondly, I went to insert a line, a shape line, and then draw the line, and then go to format, make it a little bit bigger. So we use this size, and in the color we choose white, yeah, and minimize to the length. So I use 12. So after you finish here, what you do, you're gonna draw the red. So I'm gonna go to insert, to shape, and take it triangular, and then draw the one. So you have to keep everything the same size. So you can see I got 3 higher, like I say, and as you go to 4 point size, you can decide all of, but I'll put it like so it can look nice, 4.8 and whatever. So when I'm gonna go to shape fill, and I put white, and the outline I say no outline. Now to avoid confusions, copy the same shape so that you don't have to, and go to home, copy, and then paste it on top. And now change this color, go to format and change the color to fill shape to move it on top. It should look like a red. Now you can pack it yourself. You can decide now 9 out of 10 which has the look, because this is where you're gonna hit it. So let me move a little bit this one in the front. Now group these two to avoid confusion. This I can click here, press Ctrl and right click, group it. Now this become one thing, so I can move it and leave it here. Now just copy, go to home, copy and paste. So you have the bottom one. Sorry, move the group and copy the same thing here. Go copy and paste. So we have the second group and also the second. Change this my text to Photoshop. Change. And then we say 8 out of 10. Now you must know now if this 9 out of 10, so I can minimize this. So then mean 8 gonna be somewhere here. But I think this can be, or the 9 must be closer. Now you repeat the same thing with the rest part. Pack it, you minimize the 7. Now that's all. And lastly here, to make it shorter, just copy the text, because you have a text box here. Copy and go and then paste it. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. So here, now when I copy this text, I come inside, modify it, maybe blogging. That is the, let me minimize it. So when you finish, the difference is that I'll just come here by the paragraph, the bullet. You can choose any bullet you like. So I choose this one and apply it. Now that's the face. So we're done for the part, and then we go to this one. The first thing you will do, we're gonna put this text box. So now those are just a shape. What you did, just take one shape, go to insert and insert a round shape. When you insert a round shape and tap about, click the shape and tap about me, and change the color of the shape to be dark blue. Now come here under format, turn the text to face up. What I forget, Let's go to home and choose the, as we're using Time New Roman, I think I use 12 bold, and go to format, try to make it 2, alright, sometime, and then we're gonna change this on the bottom side, wrap it on the bottom, and it's gonna go down. Then I want to have a lounge, go to shape outline, orange, and change the size of the width, mark it 3. Then we have it. But the only thing left, can you see the curve is too big compared to the original that I'm using? It's very close. So in that case, you have to minimize the margin of your shape. So to minimize the margin of the shape, what you do, select your shape, right click, and go to format shape. From format shape, you go to shape, and then shape fill, and then minimize to, just make it 0, so it can make easy for you. Make a left, right, bottom, everything 0. Now if you minimize, the shape will come, you have much control. If you choose the align text to be there, you can also go to home. From the home, make sure it's in the center. No, the center. From there. Now when you're done the first one, just copy this, just go to home, copy, and then paste. Paste, and then you have the bottom one, and then click the text, change to education. You can play it, make it like overall, and then tap education, about me. So now what lacks the text box? So the first thing, I also use a shape. I'm just gonna go the same thing, insert, and a round shape, and we do, but to make it like overall, and then you go to dark blue, at the top, profile, copy and paste. So at the end of the day, you're gonna have this, but now this is become a year. We'll minimize to 10 and make it, and copy and paste. Then we have the other one, copy and paste, copy and paste. You have this one. So I'm gonna stop the video. I made the whole thing, I just copy paste, change the date, change it. So the next thing is the text box. So what to do, text box, you can copy any of this text box, or you can go from scratch, insert a text box, and insert each block of things. Like you start tapping here, like in the case here. Why must you tap here? When you finish, just make sure you go to shape fill, no fill, and then no outline, which is look like nothing's there. So as I'm gonna copy the one I did here, so like this is the text, I'm gonna copy this text, copy. So I'm gonna go to insert and insert the line, and then I'm gonna choose the same color, like fit, make it a little bit bigger. It mustn't be too big, and the color must be the same color, weight size. So it's like this side gonna be a profile, and I just now go to home, copy and paste, and drag this, and this is about page. If it's go like this, just send it back way, format, and then send back way. What is a profile? A profile is where you sell yourself. You need to make sure it mustn't be long, like the way I write is too long, but I'm just giving the definition. It must not too much page. You are selling yourself, because this is a key the person deciding. So you need to short and give a most important, like here explain about African invention. Let's say African invention is of you want to get a service. I say I'm African Youth Invention, sending this CV to your company regarding your recent post online about computer training. So in your case, you can say your name, I'm XX, or I'm a technician, I'm a graphic designer, sending this CV to your company regarding the recent, if you find a post online, or if they find the information from a friend, regarding the information I get from a friend. In AYI cases, we can say we are a world positioned company with accreditation number SCCC 2021 under MIC SETA and company registration. This we have over 10 experience training, graphic design, auditing. So in your cases, if you are a graphic designer, you say I'm a world positioned for this job, a world positioned for this for this job, maybe as a candidate with maybe higher skills or qualifications on this and 10 experience on this specific job, but must not work too much. So it's about maybe 5 lines, it's enough. So you need to describe. So this is your example. That's why I use the AYI information to make it easy. So what we did, I just tap, like in the case, just click in the shape and tap a full name, and when you finish, and you just highlight this and change the color under to blue and under black and white, and the same ID like in the case here. So what is your full name? It's your full name, like I'm Emery Bob Lukombo. I write Emery Bob Lukombo, and ID number, I put my ID number. So like in the case here, we're presenting African invention. So we say African invention ID number, which is accreditation number for the AYI. It's SCC 2021 under MIC SETA, and the date birth of a company. The company was registered in 2015. So 2015, by what? The company, yes, Touch is married. It's married with customers, and we are available. Any availability, so immediately. So you don't write too much. That's enough. You put like this. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to education. So from education, so okay, this line is a little bit Q as well. Tap. Okay, you need to shorten it, but it must be clear. Like, okay, let's say it's AYI, both of that the owner of the AYI, the main study at CPUG. So I say what the complete degree in electrical engineering, a bachelor degree in information technology. So it's clear. So someone watch don't need to know, because you want to win interview, so you don't need to write too much. So it shows that this person got the degree and you got a bachelor degree and studied CPUG and electrical engineering. And then what else, like in the case here, if AYI, let's say you study by AYI, so you say AYI Training Center, end user computing, and you could level 3 in information technology certificate. But the same thing, sometimes what to do, just copy this, copy, highlight, copy, and paste. So and then you come here. So in the experience, we just change, put the company name and the job you did, the position, starting at AYI. In 2018, AYI as a designer, duty, designing company marketing center, reference, Mr. Emery, whatever. So like maybe must refer the number to phone. Then I'm gonna copy again and paste. So if you have 5 jobs, you can just try to make it shorten. Another job, paste again. For those one have more work, so you can balance here, but make sure the design keep neat. So that's all. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna go further to share because the video too long. So when you finish, the key is that one. So I haven't packed nicely, but as you can see, the final one, it's here. I'm gonna finish this one. So this is the final one. I just show the step in there to understand how to do step by step. So always save when you do anything. But if I go to the final one, you can see I didn't merge it. Everything's still open. So to merge it, because here small mistake can mess up. So what you do is click Control in your key button and you start selecting one by one. Sometimes if you get too much, you can first leave first here. You come to one of them on top, right click, and you group. Now those are in one group already so far. So now click this group, and continue to select a part. You must hold Control button I can copy this. See, the only tree overall is this tree that's remaining out, but the rest, like this one, so then this is what you get. Now the benefit of group is that I cannot move something here, because if I move, the whole CV will move together. Can you see? Everything is moved except the tree shape that remaining. Now that's a benefit for, so it's blocked everything. You can also merge, but so it's you still control in anything move, it's moved together. That's how the benefits. So I can leave it like this, but that's the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook to watch more tutorial video of AYI, and please watch the next video of Microsoft tutorial on how to design a complicated table with Microsoft, like a form for business. Let's say I want to create a business form with a simple way. Thanks so much. See you for the next video.
Marcus at mine.